What's up, everybody? My name is Botello Del Rayo, and this is my YouTube channel, Botello Del Rayo, if you want to be very specific with the name. And today I thought I would do a top 3 moments for Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith Village arc. I have already seen these past 3 episodes. I got to see the first episode in theaters. It's been a while. I didn't really know how I wanted to do these reviews, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it in this manner and just talk about my top 3, top 5 moments that happened throughout each and every episode. But before I continue, I do want to say that if you would, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It would help me out tremendously. I'm trying to get this channel off the ground and maybe have a fun little hobby to do with some of the subjects that I like. I like anime, I like Godzilla, I love movies, I love pro wrestling, all sorts of things. And who knows, maybe I can actually do this a little bit more in the future for other animated shows, should the content have enough views. But I also want to say before we get the top 3 moments started is that if you have not seen any of this Demon Slayer anime or have not seen any of Demon Slayer Season 3, I would recommend going to watch that now and then coming back later and watching the review, so that way we can talk about the things that we liked about this current arc. I do also want to say that I have read the manga. I know everything that's going to happen. So the first half of this video is going to be for the people who watch the anime specifically, and then after we talk about that, I'll flag you guys down, so that way when we do get into the spoiler discussion about what could happen or what will happen in the future of the animated version of the manga, we will keep you safe so nothing gets spoiled for you. So I just want to put that out there right now so nobody is afraid to watch the rest of this video going forward. But with that down and out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the top 3 moments of Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 1. So the first thing I want to do is name off a couple of honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure everybody has other things that they like. I'm sure that plenty of people have the Mitsuri bath scene and her running down the stairs as one of their top moments. I'm pretty sure other people have stuff like the Genya interaction with the crow, hiding Tanjiro's junk in their moments, or even Nezuko. Nezuko was so cute this episode. I'm pretty sure everybody has different opinions on this episode. The number 3 on my list for my favorite moments is Inosuke. I remember reading that he was on the ceiling and Tanjiro was saying something along the lines, "Oh, okay, well that's great to know. Then I must be hallucinating Inosuke on the roof." And sure enough, it was just as funny, just as impactful, animated as it was on the manga page. It was so funny. I was waiting and I was cracking up laughing the moment he came on screen, and everybody that was in the theater room with me also busted up laughing. Inosuke is such a high-spirited, very go-get-em kind of person, and his energy just makes you want to go on a run with him. His interaction with Tanjiro in the group was absolutely funny. One of the little girls, I forget which one it was, grabbing the book and saying that Shinobu compared him to a honey badger was absolutely hilarious. It's sort of the right way to express how Inosuke really is whenever it comes to his metal. Anytime Inosuke is on screen, I have a lot of fun, especially when he interacts with Tanjiro and Zenitsu. It's always a lot of fun to have Inosuke around. My number 2 moment was the reveal of Yoruichi. Whenever I did not read the manga, I thought that Yoruichi, the glimpses that we got while Tanjiro was fighting, say, Daki, I kind of thought that might have been his dad. I was completely wrong, and you'll find out later who he really is. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't read the manga and is just waiting for the anime. I really enjoyed finally seeing him animated and watching him interact with Tanjiro's ancestor. You finally get to hear his voice. It's amazing overall. I was really excited to see him. The things that we'll see later on in the future, what he has done to Muzan, why Muzan fears him so much. I cannot wait to see all of that in its animated glory. Definitely my second top favorite moment of episode 1. And before we get to my absolute number 1 favorite moment of episode 1, I want to go ahead and take a second to name a couple of other things that I really liked about this episode. The animation, of course, like everybody says, is absolutely breathtaking, especially in the Infinity Castle. Having all those walls shift, it makes me glad that I did not decide to partake in any festivities. If you know what I'm talking about, that animation is absolutely beautiful. The glass for those beakers and every Muzan's workshop is just absolutely beautiful. The animators have outdone themselves, and they said that it's gonna get better throughout this season, and it's got me even more excited for how things might be animated in the Infinity Castle arc that we'll be getting to next season. So I really enjoyed seeing all of that animated. Very, very well done. Another thing that I liked was some foreshadowing of some other locations that we will get to. Whenever you see Akaza falling in the Infinity Castle, you get a glimpse of Doma's castle, which this isn't a complete spoiler. It's not spoiling any plot details, any reveals per se, but seeing Doma's castle, that is setting you up for a battle that's going to happen in his castle. You also get to see an area where there's a whole bunch of pillars. That's another location that you will see somebody, I don't know if I should say who, will also partake in a couple of fights. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for that to be animated later on down the road. And the final thing I want to say that I absolutely loved about this episode, and overall every single Demon Slayer season, is the music. The score of the show, it is so nice. It has you feeling a sense of fear. It has you very happy at times. It also feels very, very foreboding, very creepy. And I'll get to some specific scores whenever I get to some moments on my top moment, but the music is just very, very well done. The music is what has me engaged throughout the entire show, and I cannot imagine if this show had a weak score. It would definitely take me away from the moments and from watching the entire show in general if the score does not hit. And the score for Demon Slayer is absolutely on point. I'm very happy with the composer who's been making the music. I hope he stays on. If they've gotten multiple people to work on it and have switched out, hey, I mean, they've been picking up where they left off very, very, very well. I don't have any problems with the music. I love it. I wish I could download it and listen to it in my car almost every day. I love the score. But with the honorable mentions down, my absolute number one favorite moment in Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Arc Episode 1 is actually a amalgamation and a compilation of a whole bunch of moments and inside the Upper Moon meeting. I have been waiting so long, actually since right after Season 2, the Entertainment District arc, to see the Upper Moon meeting. After I read the manga, after the Entertainment District arc, seeing all 5 of the remaining upper ranked demons in one place, having them converse with each other, was absolutely phenomenal. Just reading the manga. And for almost a whole year, year and a half. When did it come out? It ended in 2023. So okay, yeah, over a year now. I've been wanting to see that entire sequence play out on an animated screen. And I have to say, it did not disappoint. It actually exceeded expectations. I loved the introduction to each and every upper rank. I loved Gyoko. I loved Han Tengu. But what really, really got me excited, and what I was hoping for, they did it. I was hoping to get the top 3 demons versions of their own little theme. As soon as Doma comes in and the lights go out and you hear him talking, you hear this very ominous and creepy tune as he begins to talk to Azaga, saying, "Hey, what about me?" Otto.
ちょっと待っておくれよ、赤座殿。俺の心配はしてくれないのかい？ 俺はみんなをすごく心配したんだぜ。大切な仲間だからな。誰も欠けてほしくないんだ俺は。
That tune is very creepy. It suits him. If you've read the manga, it suits him very, very well. And I'm going to talk a little of a bit of a spoiler after this whole non-spoilery section, because that music fits Doma to a T. It represents exactly how he acts, and it represents the kind of demon that Doma is. We've already heard Akaza's theme whenever he fought Rengoku, so having a little bit of an updated version of that was pretty cool. The visuals for the Infinity Castle as that was playing was very nice as well. For the number 1 ranked demon, Kokushibo, Kokoshibo, however you want to say his name, I call him Kokoshibo. The vocals for his theme whenever he is revealed is definitely very regal, very, very strong. It makes you kind of fearful for things that he is going to do later on in the series.
上限の一様は最初にお呼びしました。ずっとそこにいらっしゃいますよ。
私はここにいる。無惨様がお見えだ。
The music that they made for him is absolutely perfect. They could not have had a better theme. I loved his theme. And I loved his face reveal interacting with Akaza and Doma. And that moment, whenever you see all 3 upper ranked demons in that frame, really took it away. That, to me, that was one of the best moments in the entire episode. Muzan coming in, expressing his anger and his frustration with the upper ranks not being able to find the blue spider lily for hundreds of years was great. Again, you get to see a really great shot of those beakers. They spent a lot of money animating those beakers, let me tell you. I'm assuming anyway. But seeing Muzan there with all the other upper demons, it was definitely a treat. I cannot wait for them to dive more into Muzan later on in the series, and we might even talk about that at the end of the non-spoiler discussion here in just a moment. But that does it for my top 3 moments of Demon Slayer Episode 1, the Swordsmith Village arc. Please give me your favorite moments, what you liked about this episode of Demon Slayer. Were there any moments that differed from mine, or are your favorite moments the same as mine? Was there anything that you absolutely did not like about this episode or even this series in general? Talk to me. No spoilers in the comments section. I could talk all day about Demon Slayer or any other anime that you guys have to your liking. But with the non-spoiler stuff out of the way, I think we can go ahead and get into the spoiler section of this video. If you have not read the manga at all, I advise you now to turn off your computer, or at least just leave this video. I don't want you to be spoiled, and I don't want to hear anybody crying saying that they got spoiled, because I am sitting here telling you we are about to get into full-blown spoiler territory. So, you got 3, 2, 1, spoiler territory. I warned you. I believe that when Shinobu and Doma battle each other in the Infinity Castle next arc, I believe that's what the last thing. I believe that tune is the last thing that we're gonna hear when Doma finally kills Shinobu. As soon as he asks her, I think he asks her, "Do you have any last words?" As he's absorbing her into his chest, I think that's when she's gonna tell him, "Go to hell." You'll hear the crack, and then you'll hear that ominous tune playing as she's getting sucked in to his body, and that's whenever Kano is gonna walk in and see Shinobu getting absorbed. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm gonna be sane after that, because as soon as I saw that happen in the manga, oh my god, my wife loves Shinobu and she's gonna be so pissed. Another thing that I'm excited for is seeing as Akaza's traveling up that pillar and you see all those other pillars. I believe that's where you're going to see Kokushibo take on Genya, Morichiro, and Zenumi. I cannot wait for that fight. Man, whenever Tokito gets cut in half, I don't know if I'm ready for that, bro. Tokito has been animated pretty well in this series so far too, so man, I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for any of that. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm missing that could be potential spoiler. But when it comes to the current arc itself, I'm really excited to see the final form of Hantengu taking on Mitsuri. The face reveal for Haganeska is another one that I'm really looking forward to. He's very, very handsome, and I want to see how handsome he is animated, even though it's basically going to be the same panel as the manga. The fight with Tokito and Gyoko, I think that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing his mist breathing techniques. But the overall fight itself, I feel they can definitely make it really good. But reading it, it was definitely a lesser fight, but it was still cool. It's just not as good as as the other ones that we will see or have seen. Because Gyoko's basically he throws fish at you. He traps you in water. He grows like the Hulk and has a body. So that's kind of whatever, but it's still really good. I'm excited to see it animated, and I can't wait. But that does it for the spoiler section of this video. If you guys enjoyed the non-spoiler talk and the spoiler talk, or just one of each, if you've only seen one of each, please let me know in the comments section below. Please, if you haven't read the manga, do not go to the comments section. Type in your comment and try and avert your eyes. If you do put a spoiler, just put a spoiler tag and kind of put a bunch of dots so that way people can be safe. Or I might have to start making videos that are both non-spoilery and spoilery for the manga. Depends on how this video goes. But now the question goes to you guys. What did you think of Season 3, Episode 1 of the Swordsmith Village arc? Did you like it as much as me? Are there moments that you absolutely think they could have done better? Maybe added a little something different from the manga? Tell me what you think. I'm interested. Let's talk some Demon Slayer, or let's talk some other anime that you like that I maybe have not seen before. Drop a like and subscribe to this channel. Again, it helps me out a lot. My goal for right now is maybe 100 subs. So if you could do that for me, guys, that'd be great. But that'll do it for me. I'm Botello Del Rayo. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.